some hot lap time. 7 degrees cooler, ambient temperature, 30 degrees it was when we got back at home. Now then, Brad Binder this morning on the Red Bull factory racing. Marquez, Franco Morbidelli, Joan Mir, Aleix Espargaro, Alex Marquez and Miguel Oliveira.
Event, and I think there's going to be 2 ways that they're going to.
I'm sure he's enjoyed his start down to his new job. Amy, down to you.
Well, he's got a smile on his face, so I'm...
will be difficult to make to improve the lap time. So yeah, it's something expected. It's something that we already know. And
guys, in the build-up to this session, it seems like they've changed tact a little bit for this year. New policy.
I'm glad you said that. That's what you've heard from the
spec chassis right from the get-go in Sepang until what he's running now, and there's just been that little bit of stuff today in the daylight conditions. This is going to be fascinating. As Simon said, probably 20 Motogp, unfortunately, a real hefty old crash on the last day in Mandaligi. You could see that really.
It had a big one, it banged his head, and it would have given him a bit of a shake. He said
in development freeze. So Fabio's talked incessantly in the winter break about this Yamahas. How worried should he be? I mean, they won both races here last year, so as we said, there's more.
I don't think you can ride on the level and take the risks that he did last. When now there's 8 of them out there, then it's going to be.
Well, this time Luccio's got his mask on, so I can't see the smile, but his eyes are smiling. And
well, I'm very sorry. It's very difficult to hear with this kind of noise. I don't understand.
To Lucio Cecchinello down there in pit lane as well. The pace, as we expected, is already getting pretty hot. Muscle Honda. So you had a good close look at this motorcycle. I mean, weapon this year.
Yeah, I agree, and I agree about the rear on the entry, get the thing turned, drive off the corner and use the new end. I've got to tell you about this. He lost time on his opponents on the out lap because he couldn't the lap on the first flyer, which sounds good.
Yeah, Paul Espargaro has been that big beaming and really competitive, give or take a couple of races. Clearly Honda have had to
came back in the next session and went fastest.
The weekend he won the championship, didn't he?
Yeah, but are on a mission to fix that, and it's taken a long time, but I think they're there.
Yeah,
it's taken.
Paul Espargaro was complaining a lot, particularly about the rear stability in this one.
No, I mean, the only time it happens is it won't be.
Half an hour to go, and we've only got, what, Brad Binder, who was top of FP1, Takanaka out for his second run in this session. The standings on the left-hand side of your screen, they are like I said, it catches so many guys out.
Yeah, watching it, Matt, I'll be temperature into the left side of the rear.
The cold front is not, that's your classic kind of turn. He's on the slowest motorcycle currently circulating around this Losail International Circuit. Let's quickly... Yeah, good point. One thing but we've seen it before. It's so hard to overtake on a Yamaha when you're against those Dukes.
Do something spectacular with no bikes in front of him, carrying those lines that you have to on the Yamaha. And hey, but when you get in that fight and there is a V4 in front of you and you can't carry that corner stuff, how important. Yeah, that's a good example of that. When the front fork touches up, which means pressure goes up, smaller contact patch, and they either crash or they slow down, which
mentioned there was a couple of skirmishes, pretty high profile and controversial skirmishes. Really language, he's smiling, you know, at times last year you could see he was dejected, he was frustrated about the lack of progress.
And how good he is, just like his teammate, at not only going fast but managing the rear tyres.
Where Ducati have been so good, both electronically and mechanically. They started Aleix Espargaro, a 154.463 on soft front, soft rear tyre.
Big smile. I was wondering earlier when we all saw that Alex Rins was the only rider out in F.
Luca Marini has gone down, yellow flags in sector 1. What's happened there then? He's obviously just having a bit of a slide on his backside. The pace, they are desperate to get a hot lap in, get a banker lap in, of course. Can that be a big impact? You could have built yourself a rocket to the moon.
2 and 6, yeah, 2 and 6. Yeah. Just running like good base setting from the tests, and it's showing here. Watch, like he can do things that not all riders can do, you know, and entering the fast ones.
Well, we know Marek's always been fast in the fast corners. This new narrower Aprilia, which seems to make him
and did it so well there. I thought he's back there, but I think it's the tighter turn.
Marquez, he's just picked that bike up, he's giving that one up. Turns
don't give the same feel on the left.
Yeah, it was quite a long way around the corner there, wasn't it? Spargo, Laser Spargo, brotherly love at the top of the timesheets. They were first and second. They've just been split by Suzuki. Not sending a couple our way, no problem at all.
You know, I really am curious what...
You hear guys like Pecco Bagnaia and Marc Marquez say he's a dark horse, a championship contender.
or more consistent, you know, close to that podium we're on. But, oh, yeah, look
Mir's
at
top. He has consistently had it's their pace on a soft tyre in qualifying. Yeah, and the quality of this field from a technical point of view, but the quality, the talent goes to the top of the timesheet. So 1:53.711. Two
good idea of how fast a bike is. You know, it's slow corner leading onto a long straight there.
Miller with a face of thunder. What has happened there? He's really angry as he comes deeper into the lap by lap analysis in terms of race pace. There's not really been anybody better than Alex.
Beautiful on
the textbook style.
Unreal. He's so smooth, puts it all together. So I doubt. But if he can...
Bit of an unfriendly fire between the two Aussies. Race direct guys' faces. They make that just one tiny little mistake. Your lap's gone and it could be the difference. With the
More than one good rider has said to me, so if you don't have a really good day, you'll be in fourth.
Alex Marquez, Franco Morbidelli, who was really strong this morning. Had a little chat with his crew chief. 2022 right now because we've got a Spanish lockout of the top 6. Rins knock earlier on when he had that crash at turn 6. Pretty respectable though on his first ride on a Motogp tyre. There's only one man at the moment out of the 24 strong field, and it's a very strong. He has a glimpse at the big screen. He'll have a look at the timing tower as well, and he'll feel pretty good about life at the briefly at the end of FP1 with Suzuki's new team manager Livio Supo, and that's going to be a weekend here in Qatar. He's making all the right noises about wanting to re-up again, exactly where the Frenchman's gone. Now that gives him a little bit of breathing room in this FP2 session. By 9th.
Guys, Fernandez just put a 54.8 in run. Binder has in this session.
Amazing.
Yeah, really amazing.
The limit, a whole chunk of time, and the dream goes on for Suzuki. Alex Rins was top 3 in the from Mir. What about the two Repsol Hondas side by side, and Marc Marquez using a bit of slip in the Ducati Lenovo camp because they know that Jack Miller in 5th place. Is he safe in Qatar? Morbidelli on the move as well. Good spot sire, 1:53.845. Now then,
let's put him up to 14th, but
still not good enough. Still not good enough
for that championship.
Only 2 years ago, less than 2 years ago, he was 2nd in the World Championship, was he? On the moment, has he snatched a place in that top 10? No, he misses out at the moment by just 3. Can he better that 1:53.432 and consolidate his place at the top of the bar? It looks like Alex Rins is going to take top spot and set the fastest time on.
In the box later.
Both men got their spots into Q2, what we think they will have, because we're not expecting any time changes in
For sure, in the FP3 the temperature will be higher and the performance for sure will be less.
Marquez going up against Jack Miller. The Ducati launch device last year was just...
on how beautiful the lines of it, they're all beautiful, but it's just so good to look at. Like he wants. He can always do the lap, you know, take a risk and do the lap, but...
The 22 laps, the season opener here on Sunday night. Alex Rins, beautiful, super